Y'all, this piece has been sitting in my studio for years, waiting for me to have the guts to take her on. Because I knew as soon as I tried to turn this into something that reflected me and my tastes and my styles, the hate would come at me with such a force, I might not be able to handle it. So I wanted to wait until I developed my skills, until I was actually going to do something worthy of this piece. And B, I needed to wait until I had the confidence to handle the negativity that was going to come at me, the confidence to put my art out there, knowing that there would be people who would not only hate my art, but hate me and let me know it. I had to have the confidence to handle you, and you know who you are. So I had to wait. I had to build lots of muscles. Once I completely believed in myself, I believed in my vision, I believed in my process, and I believed that I had a right to do exactly what I wanted to do and how I wanted to do it. Only then was I ready to take this piece on. But once I knew I was ready and I had a vision, I didn't have the supplies. I literally could not find what I wanted in the marketplace to create the effect and the illusion and the style and the vibe that I wanted this piece to have. So I made some calls, checked in with my girl at Miss Lillian's. I told her my vision for a product that I didn't yet see on the market. And lo and behold, she had already been dreaming about the same product. See, that's how creative minds work. Sometimes we have the idea at the exact same time. It's like Wonder Twin powers, right? Activated. Let's go. So literally within, I think it was like a month, I had samples to try. Check these out, you guys. She literally mailed these to me while I was still on vacation at the beach because I couldn't wait. I could not wait. I had put that piece up for ransom. Nobody had bought it, and I was ready to paint her up. And I'll admit it. I opened them up and I was like, this is not what I ordered. These do not look like the right colors. I'm like calling her, just like you guys called me when you first ordered them. Yeah, I was calling her going, I don't know. Okay, so I found a piece of driftwood. She sent me some onyx paint, and I got going. What they are in the jar is not what they are on the painted piece. So you gotta kind of suspend disbelief and just start practicing and start playing. And then I saw it all come to life. Blown away does not even begin to describe how I felt when I saw these go on the wood. Because I saw them go on the wood, I'm like, okay, I'm pretty much digging these colors. These are really beautiful. They don't look like what's in the jar. It's kind of a little surprise Easter egg. But then, y'all, check it out. I basically spent the rest of my trip with this board, twisting it in the light because it just kept blowing me away. You twist it left, right, up, down, every single way you move it, you got a different spectacular color explosion. There's just no other way to describe it. I was basically floating, you guys. I was floating with the excitement and the joy that we were about to bring something to the market that was like magic in a jar. It's literally magic in a jar for people who love maximalist, who love dopamine decor, who love all the things colorful. I was beside myself and so proud of what we had created together. And this is just the original line. These are just the original Tanglewood Sue-per Shifters. Since we've made these, we've made the super duper shifters, we've made the chrome shifters, but I wanted to go back and show you guys how magical the original line truly is. So I'm back at my studio and I'm ready to put these little jars of magic to the test. Are they going to help me bring this piece to life the way I've envisioned it in my head? Is it going to be even more spectacular than what I could have envisioned in my head? Spoiler alert, yes it is. So my original plan, and we all know what happens to original plans, right? Yeah, they get thrown out the window. But anyway, the original idea was to use a different one of these shifters on each of the carved elements to really make them pop out. But once I started putting these on, I realized that there was so much color shift going on. I didn't need to do that. And I decided to do a gradient effect instead. I use these finials. Is that what they are? I don't know. I use these candlestick looking things to test out the gradient effect that I would put on the entire piece. Look at that, you guys. And they blended so easily. I could not get over it. So then I just went from the top all the way down. Check it out. All right, now that I got the pinks and the purples, I want to move on to the blues. And I'm just using a shorty brush. It's the perfect bristle for this kind of thing because it's stiff enough to move the wax around but not leave brush strokes. And here I set up a time lapse where you can see that my phone is falling off. Caught it. Did I mention it's July and I don't have AC? Once I got the shifters on from top to bottom, there's just one last step to buff it. That's all you need to do to seal this wax. Let it wait 24 hours. I don't usually do that because I have ADHD, but good measure is 24 hours and then go back and buff it. You can use a dry, clean cloth. You can use a buffing machine like I'm using. You will know you've buffed properly when the wax goes from somewhat sticky or tacky to glossy and smooth and hard. It's magical. It gets so reflective. Now, here's what I also needed to do. Check all my work because I want to make sure I didn't miss any spots. And I'm also looking to see, oh my God, Sue. I'm also looking to see how it looks in different light and from different angles to make sure everything was blended properly. Finally decided to go grab one of my spotlights and move it around because this is a step you need to do when you're using the super shifters, because what might look great from straight on may not look great from a different angle. So yeah, just do the dance. Do the dance. Now, before I get her ready to stage, I did redo the marble. And this is spectacular, I just have to say. But I can't fit all that in this tutorial, so stay tuned, jump on my email list. I know I've said it before, but I promise this time I will actually put the tutorial together for you guys because this just brought the whole piece together and I'm really proud of it. But let's stage this baby. So luckily my sister's friend was in town and he offered, well, was a little bit nudged, just a little bit. To help me set this back up again, but he's a good guy and I knew he'd help me do it. So we've got those little finial things back in. Oh, I see we're going to show off, Chris. Okay, no worries. We're going to get that top back on, which I knew I could not do by myself. I am terrified right now. You can't hear me. You can't hear me going, stop. But we got it. We got it. He got it. I'm getting it. There we go. Okay, we're just gonna let him have his Vanna moment. I forgot the icing on the cake. All right, I can handle this part. And there we go. Take a bow, Sue, or a curtsy. Did y'all know I was a debutante? This is the only thing I remember, how to take a proper bow. And now we've come to the end of our journey. Well, actually, the beginning of our journey, because from here we have made so many new shifters. We've made super duper shifters. We've made chrome shifters. But every time I post this piece, the piece that started it all, who I named Minerva, by the way, and you can get the set of just the colors I used on this piece in the set called, wait for it, Minerva. But this piece is the gift that just keeps on giving. Every time I post her or the process, I get introduced to so many more people who are interested in using the shifters, who love moody maximalism, who are using them to create the most fantastical of furniture pieces and art pieces. It thrills me. Along with that also still comes the tsunami of hate. But I'm not intimidated anymore. I'm not intimidated. I know about how much furniture ends up in our landfills. I don't need anybody's permission to use discarded furniture as my own personal canvas. And I also don't prescribe to the idea that we have to continue honoring furniture for the male gaze. There, I said it. Many of us have always wanted and still want bright, colorful, fun furniture. But this kind of furniture does not exist for us in the marketplace, at least not at a reasonable price or made with actual wood, not cheap imitation particle board. It's not there. I mean, have you found it? Have you found it anywhere? So what are we to do? We got to make it ourselves. We're taking the old and we're making it new and we're making it us and we're making a statement. A lot of people don't like that. A lot of certain kind of people don't like that, but that's okay because it's our furniture. It took a long time and a lot of hate comments to build up this muscle, and I hope that this video helps you build up your muscle, helps you more quickly embrace what you want to do, how you want to do it, and what you want it to look like, because that's all that matters. Thanks for coming on this journey with me, my friends. Minerva says thanks too.